Today on Talking Solutions, we are talking polio. I've got Rachel Diehl and also Phil Bailey related to the Rotary. There might be some people listening to us who aren't really aware of Rotary. Local organization?
International organization. It's actually the largest community service organization in the world. We champion all sorts of initiatives from eradicating polio, which we've been at the forefront of for the last 30 years, but also clean water projects, education, healthcare, providing all around the world. We've got programs that we support locally and internationally. There are many clubs. There's about 12 in the Las Vegas Valley and many across the world. So it's really a big organization.
That's the local tie I was thinking of, that we have a number of local Rotary clubs functioning here in Southern Nevada and the Las Vegas area. Phil, what is your connection to Rotary?
I'm actually the president-elect for our club, Rotary Club of Las Vegas, Red Rock. We meet every Tuesday night from 6:30 to 7:30 at a bar. We have a few beers and talk about how we can help out the community.
A real social gathering.
Exactly.
It sounds like the Putting For Polio event, which I was familiar with from last year, which we'll be talking about. Polio is one of the areas Rotary focuses on.
Definitely one of the areas that we focus on. We're very close. We have a great partnership with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, where they match $2 to every $1 we raise. So basically, if you do a $1 donation, it ends up being a $3 donation, which can save up to 5 children from getting this deadly and debilitating disease.
Last year, Rachel, the time when we first met was when you came in and talked to me about your trip to, it was India, right?
Yeah.
And it was related to helping to eradicate polio, which I believe a lot of people think is just not even an issue anymore.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people think that polio is a thing of the past. And here in the U.S., we haven't had any new cases in quite some time. Some folks may remember having a friend or two when they were younger. It's really kind of out of sight, out of mind. But there are still countries in what I call polio pockets where this disease still exists. And you're talking the developing countries where the sanitation and living conditions are not quite as great. They still don't have access to clean water. So the disease is spread through their water sources. What we do in Rotary is we go into these countries and we not only deliver the vaccine, but our district, District 5300, specifically partners with a couple other districts to go in and also provide clean water projects for rural villages. So we might build a dam or build a water reservoir. We fully fund the project. We go in for a few days to help, although it takes much longer to actually build the dam. We go to show our support and get hands-on involved with the project. I was fortunate enough to be able to go last year, and we've actually got another group going back this year. And even though India has been taken off of the endemic list, meaning that they haven't seen new cases in quite a few years, it's important to keep going back so that the disease doesn't reoccur in those areas.
You had talked last year about how when you come to these villages, the people with Rotary who actually make this journey, that the people in India or wherever you're visiting to help with this issue, they are very welcoming. They're excited that you're coming.
Oh, yeah. Every village we went to, we were greeted with smiles and hugs and parades and hand-holding and touring the village. And some of the villagers actually invited us into their homes. They were so proud of what they had and they wanted to share it with us. And they were very thankful. In the U.S., we don't see it on the street corners, but in India, they do. So they know the impact of what we're doing there and how it's really going to benefit them and their children.
Phil Bailey also with us. You are getting together every Tuesday night,
right?
And you guys are having a couple beers and talking about how you can help the community. So we've got this big gap of miles between where you are and where the action is actually going on in places like Rachel mentioned, taking care of things in India. Or where are the other countries where we're also still working?
Well, right now, Pakistan and Afghanistan are still considered endemic. They're the two countries that we've seen cases in the past couple of years. Pakistan is the most, with 85% of the polio cases that are reported every year. And
is that a big number?
That's a good question. To date, we've only had one case this year. Last year, I believe it was about 56 or 76 cases. So it sounds like a small number, but keep in mind that polio is only a plane ride away. So if one or two of the people who do contract polio get on a plane and come to America or go to England or another country that maybe is already, off the endemic list, there's a risk that people can still contract the disease. And we saw last year when the Syrian refugees all came together in their encampments, there was an outbreak of polio because just one person, again, and put people in tight spaces, you're bound to see a reemergence of the disease. And that's why we continue to fight and we continue to go into the countries that are off the endemic list to stay in maintenance mode and make sure it doesn't come back.
Talking about polio specifically, efforts put forward right here in the Las Vegas area, thanks to our friends with the Rotary Clubs of Las Vegas. Phil Bailey is with us, president-elect for the Red Rock Rotary, also Rachel Diehl. It's good to know that even though polio is very near eradication, still there are some places where it exists. And so your efforts here locally in Southern Nevada to help keep working to get it out of here and to make sure that it's not an issue.
Exactly. The Rotary Club slogan is "We're this close," and you pinch your fingers together. If you Google it, you'll see like Jackie Chan has his fingers together and Bill Gates has his fingers together. We're this close to eradicating the disease. We're trying to do that final push to totally wipe it off the map, just like smallpox was, and then move on to some other diseases or charitable efforts.
And that's what the Rotary clubs are all about. Is that right, Phil? I mean,
Exactly.
You guys just get involved in the community and you do what you need to do to make it a better, safer
Exactly.
place.
And our slogan is service above self. But when Rotary was founded in Chicago, it was founded by a group of local businessmen that shared business with each other, but then also wanted to do more than just business with each other. And so while service is a huge part of Rotary, it's also about fellowship. It's also about business networking and things like that.
Are you planning on hopping on a plane going to India or any place?
I definitely would love to. I have 2 young kids right now, so it makes it a little difficult. But yeah, definitely in the future. And locally, we do an international service project in Mexico where we go and build houses for homeless people in Mexico. So that's like the closest international project that we do. And then additionally, some of our local service projects will go clean up Red Rock State Park. We will go feed the hungry at the Las Vegas Rescue Mission. We do a lot of stuff with schools, providing books for schools and things like that. So there's a lot of stuff locally we do and internationally.
Putting for polio.
Yes.
For all of us who aren't jumping on that plane and going to wherever to help eradicate the disease one-on-one, it's a chance for us to all help. We can raise funds, which $1 actually ends up, Phil, is it right? $3 worth of efforts?
Yes.
So this adds up quickly.
Yep, it absolutely does. It's 60 cents to deliver the vaccine to one child. Add that up quickly, and you got $1 equals $3. We got raffle tickets on sale for $10, and that's 50 vaccines that we can give to a kid.
We're not talking shots here, right? If I remember from last year when we had our polio discussion, it's more of a vaccine that you put on their tongue.
Yeah, give them 1 drop on their tongue and they're vaccinated. And the great thing about it, we call it the Polio Plus Fund because we're not only delivering the polio vaccine, but quite a few others that we're able to administer in that 1 drop as well. So it's really going beyond polio and giving them better health overall.
How does that feel to be able to make a difference that far away, Phil?
Words can't describe it because we're so blessed to live in America and our poverty is a different level of poverty than what you see in other countries. Just the basic health care, the basic needs, the basic need of fresh water is something that's hard to comprehend if you've lived in suburbia your entire life.
We are blessed. It's not that tough, though, for us to share our blessings.
Exactly.
Through participating in a fundraising event.
And the key word is fundraising because this Putting for Polio event, it's a mini golf tournament. We don't want to do a big golf tournament that takes about 6 hours to put on and costs a lot of money, so we do it on a smaller scale. It is at a nice golf course, Angel Park Golf Course. They have a 9-hole putting course March 13th from 2 to 5 p.m. We're going to have the whole patio reserved. There'll be food. Every ticket to the event comes with a free cocktail or soda. There'll be a DJ, and it's just going to be a good time to hang out, 9 holes of miniature golf. The winner of the tournament is going to get $1,000 donated in their name to the Polio Plus Foundation. And in Rotary, when you donate $1,000 to the Rotary International Foundation, you become a Paul Harris Fellow. Paul Harris is the founder of Rotary.
A higher level of status.
Recognizing the contribution that they've made to Rotary.
Rachel Diehl is with us. Phil Bailey is president-elect for the Red Rock Rotary. Phil, you made me chuckle a moment ago when you were talking about it being fundraising. It's how you won the election, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Putting for Polio. If people are wanting to find out more, Putting for Polio, you think miniature golf and you put the golf ball through the clown's mouth.
Last year, our event was at Kiss Mini Golf, but they are moving to the Rio, and they're not going to be open in time for our event, so we looked at other venues, and Angel Park has a nice outdoor grass golf course. It looks like a miniature scaled-down version of a normal golf course. It has some sand traps. I believe you can even putt it into the water if you're not careful. So it's a different type. Of course, it's a different event, and typically in March, the weather is beautiful. Last year when we held our event, everyone wanted to be outside because it was so beautiful. beautiful. So we're hoping, fingers crossed, that the weather cooperates with us, and it should just be a fun afternoon in the sun.
More of a golf experience.
Absolutely. And the cool part I'm excited about is you can actually bring your own putter and ball. If you're a golf enthusiast and you want to practice your putting, I know I've got my Rojo putter that I'll be, but you don't have to. If you don't have a putter, rental is included in the ticket price. But if you are a golf enthusiast, bring your own putter.
You could customize it just for you.
Exactly.
Second annual Putting for Polio, March 13th, 2 to 5 in the afternoon at Angel Park Golf Course. You don't have to be there, though, to be part of this.
No, definitely not. We do have wonderful raffle prizes, and we're picking up more every day. We have a nice date night package down at Town Square that includes like dinner at Yard House, some movie tickets at the AMC, and then some game passes at GameWorks. We rely on our community partners to help us with all of our events, and the community of Las Vegas has been more than generous for us this year.
And just to point out, too, the raffle, you don't have to be present to win, and you can purchase your tickets online. So if you can't come out to the event, but you still want to support the cause, there's two things. One, you can purchase raffle tickets for $10, or you could make a donation. But why not get an opportunity to win some prizes in the process? So I encourage you to go on puttingforpolio.org and support by buying a couple raffle tickets. And again, for every raffle ticket you purchase, that's 50 kids that we can support.
That's the way a lot of these charity raffles and auctions are going these days, because online, you don't have to be here in Las Vegas to be a part of this.
Absolutely not.
We get that all the time. I can't attend the event, but, can I help out? Here's $10, here's $20, or more sometimes. We go around and visit our fellow Rotary clubs, and they'll say, I have something else going on, but I want to support what you're doing. Here you go. So we just started incorporating it into our events now, that you can make a donation, or you can purchase a raffle ticket and still be a part but not be there.
Everybody should be able to get involved in the second annual Putting for Polio event, March 13th, 2 to 5 in the afternoon, out on the...
Angel Park calls it their putting course. It's a really beautiful course. It should be a lot of fun. It takes about an hour to play through the 9 holes. So when we do the tournament, we'll have 3 flights. You can sign up for a 2 o'clock tee time, a 3 o'clock tee time, or a 4 o'clock tee time, and we'll go from there.
Raising money, and with the matching funds that you have available, 3 times those dollars.
Last year, in our first ever event down at Kiss Mini Golf, we ended up raising $4,000 towards the Polio Plus Foundation. So combine that with the Bill and Melinda Gates matching funds, that's $12,000 towards polio at 60 cents per person. It's probably about 20,000, which is like the population of an entire village in India that we saved last year just by one little golf tournament.
So if you did 4,000 with last year's event, everybody involved is thinking we're going to top that this year, right?
Yeah. Of course. Our goal this year is $10,000. So far with sponsorships, Nova Home Loans is one of our title sponsors. With sponsorships so far, we're definitely going to hit that goal for sure.
And it's going to turn into 3 times the money.
Exactly.
Yep.
Pretty exciting. And for anybody who wants information on your local group, which is one of the 12 different Rotary groups here in the Southern Nevada, Las Vegas area, Red Rock Rotary LV.org. If they want information on the event that we're talking about today, Putting for Polio, the second annual, March 13th from 2 to 5 in the afternoon at Angel Park on their putting course, that information can be found at puttingforpolio.org. What am I missing?
I think we've hit it. We really just want to invite the community out and have a fun afternoon. We're this close. We just celebrated last year the 30th anniversary of Rotary's and Polio Now campaign. And wouldn't it be great if we couldn't see a 35th anniversary?
Darn.
Yeah.
That's right.
Where we turn our focus to something else that needs help.
Exactly.
We won't rest. We'll move on to the next disease. That's what Rotarians do. We're constantly just working, and we have fun with each other. We network, and then we do some good for the community.
All the better.
If anyone wants to come out and support, you don't have to be a good golfer. It's just a fun event. I don't know if we talked about prices for the tickets, but they're very affordable. It's a $10 raffle ticket. If you want to have a team, there is a team challenge as well. It's $80 for a team of 4 to participate in the tournament, and $25 for an individual. We wanted to also keep it affordable for families, so any child or college student with an ID can get into the individual tournament for $10, and $10 gets you a ticket if you're a student or a child. Go for all ages, and it should be a good time.
Talking solutions, we like to shine a light and offer solutions, and there's a way for all of us to help, and it won't cost much, and it sounds like a good time.
Exactly.
Putting for Polio, it is the Red Rock Rotary Club here in Las Vegas.
Anytime. Come to any one of our meetings, Tuesdays at 6:30 at PT's Gold on Fort Apache and Sunset. We would love to see you there. You can go to our website, redrockrotary.lv.org, and we're always looking for new members.
We will have links and a podcast of today's discussion on our Talking Solutions Facebook page. I want to say thank you, Phil Bailey and Rachel Diehl, for joining us today on the show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.